Hi everybody. Once again, this quick little video for you all guitar nerds is brought to you by Second Harvest. They're a food shelf. I bet you got 10 bucks for Second Harvest. At 2harvest.org. So we want to remember those guys. We've got a lot of waiters and think of all the people in the restaurants that are out of work right now. The food shelf is going to get hit really hard. We've got some other stuff that we're going to be selling for the food shelves. There's a guy in Canada that's actually making pedal boards that we'll be selling cheap, and we'll donate 100% of the money to the food shelf. So more of this coming. As we're all sitting at home, I want you to geek out on a guitar here. We just got this in. This is a 1967 ES-335. You know, the 335 is the longest production run of any Gibson instrument. In other words, it never quit. The SG started in 1961. The Les Paul, they didn't make any for most of the 60s. But the 335, as far as an electric guitar, since they made them in 1958, till now, they've never stopped producing the ES-335. And these old ones, you know, they really have a look to them. It's this old cherry wood. And then if you notice too how yellowed the binding is. A lot of guys look at it and they go, what makes that so sexy? And the yellowed binding really kind of makes the whole guitar glow, because if the binding is yellowed, the red is yellowed too, as it's all sprayed with lacquer. There's a lot of differences. They make some great guitars new at Gibson these days, and with computers they can get a lot of the detail right, but these are more handmade. The wood is different. For instance, there's a Brazilian rosewood board. Does it make a difference? Yes. There's a reason people pay $1,000, $2,000 just for a fretboard made of Brazilian rosewood. The lacquer doesn't have a lot of plasticizers in it. That means they put plastic in the lacquer to make it more durable. That's great, but it doesn't allow it to breathe. The reason you use lacquer is because as a cotton-based substance, it allows the instrument to breathe more, and it yellows with age this really natural way. A lot of new manufacturers, and I won't say who, but a lot of them actually will coat their guitar. Paul Reed Smith once told me his competitor would actually dip guitars in rubber. That's not quite true, but kinda, and then put the lacquer finish on. Boy, so this is a 1967 ES-335 TDC, which means Thin Double Pickup Cherry. A 335 TD is Sunburst. So, and these, of course, as you all know, have a center block running through them. They also have pickups that have a different magnetic structure in them. The magnets have been degaussed some, so they don't have the magnetic pull. So as you pull a string back and forth across here, there's not the pull on the string, and it's allowed to vibrate more. You catch more detail through the amp. Does it make a difference? Jeepers, yes. And there's a lot of people, if you think about Woodstock, for instance, and all the 335s that were in there, or the summer before that, the Monterey Pop Festival, and all the 335s then. By the way, look up the Monterey Pop Festival and The Who. Oh my God. Pete is a customer of ours, and his brother Simon, and wow. So, anyway, sorry, was that out loud? All right, this guitar is in really good shape. Solid mahogany neck, made of old mahogany. You're not going to be able to get wood like this. And it comes with a nice case too, I'd like to say. The original case. Now, more and more values are determined by whether or not it has the original case and whether or not it's still functional. And you see that beautiful golden interior inside there. This is really cool. So, the tuners on here were changed. They're drop-in tuners, but they're Clousons from the 70s. This is a 67 guitar. I'm guessing these tuners on here are probably 73, 74, but they'll drop right in. You can easily find tuners. I wouldn't do it. The old bridge, which is inside the case here, kind of collapsed a little bit. We put a new bridge on it that has the correct arch, and we added the original saddles. Thank you, Kirk, who's now running the camera. And the original pickguard is here, the original knobs, the original switch tip, the original tailpiece. The original pickups are what really matters on this. And as I put this on, I'm going to have the camera stand back. For those of you that have amplifiers in storage, remember, when you first turn them on, make sure to turn the volumes down to 0. You don't want to hit your amp, your filter caps too hard right at first, because you don't want them to burst. Okay? So, yeah, baby, sport coats. By the way, all the guitars we sell sound better if you're not in your pajamas. Get up, put on a country shirt or rock shirt, and play your guitar. They sound better. I don't know why, but it's true. We did a study. So, we have this used Carr Mercury that we're a big fan of Steve Carr. Steve Carr makes hand-wired amplifiers. More importantly, these American-made amplifiers have a floating baffle. That is, the speaker board is screwed in. It's not glued in. So the whole board, the baffle board, actually breathes with the amplifier. The cabinet is made of pine, so it resonates more. Your drummer can hear the cabinet. These amplifiers are really neat because they go down to 1/10 of 1 watt. And putting that at 1/10 of 1 watt, this is great. You're going to be playing at home for a while. That's on 10. And you can clean up the amp or dirty it up. One-tenth of 1 watt, and I can talk over it. What a hoot. Now, you could bring an amp like this up to 1/2 a watt. Or up to 8 watts, and it'll flood the microphone. I'll do that last. But you can also clean up. So this is a used Carr Mercury that goes down to 1/10 of 1 watt, or 1/2 watt, or 2 watts, which is plenty for any gig these days, or 8 watts. And honestly, in a high quality amp like this, 8 watts is all you need. That's about the size of, you'll notice it's equally loud to your deluxe reverb. So we have this beautiful 1967 Gibson ES-335. Go look it up on the website. You'll see how pretty it is, and then you're going to want to play it. This amp has reverb too, but stay home, have fun. We'll see you here soon. We miss you guys. Appointment only for now, but you can call us and we'll mail this to you, okay?